Hey, hello guys, welcome to another video. Welcome to the channel. If you're already a subscriber, you know what we do here, and if you're new, please consider subscribing. It will be helpful for you if you are in poultry farming, and it will be helpful for me also to know, like, I'm addressing people who are interested with poultry farming. So today there's this one thing I want to talk about, and it's about management, but management in a certain segment that people don't pay attention to most of the time. So this management I want to talk about is how do you manage chick mortalities when they are still young. Okay, you know, when we talk about management, we're talking about biosecurity and these other stuffs, but we don't really pay a lot of attention on a bird. We talk about other objects, but we don't pay attention on the particular product we are having. So when we talk about management, we are talking about how you can manage your temperature, your biosecurity, your litter should be clean. But there's one thing which we forget to mention, and that's to check the chick behavior of the birds. How are they behaving? And the other thing is, how is the poo that you are giving you out? Because poo will give you, of course, the results of how healthy your birds is. So with my previous video, of course, I had a challenge, like I had to face a challenge, like it was during the night. I faced the challenge. And you know, I had to use some organic poultry medicine. You know, so I'm not somebody who uses organic like always, and I don't really, you know, promote organic at all. So what I usually do, I use synthetic medicine, and it works the best for me. So if it's diverting or just doing a divest to go into organic poultry farming, I think I would need to get a course on that, then I need to learn about that. But with this synthetic medication, I know not most of everything, because I'm also a poultry farmer. I'm learning from others who have their own experience, and somebody else also is learning from me with the experience that I have. So as you saw the video, if you saw it, it's just right here, this one which is popping here. I had to lose like 7 chicks, like from morning until on the second day. And you know, when you pick up these birds, this is one thing I mentioned on the video as well. When you pick up these birds, they look healthy, but after some time the symptoms start to show. So you can have a good management, but if you don't know the right medicine to use when your birds start dying without you seeing what the problem is, you can't solve that problem, which means your management has failed automatically. Because management, when we talk about management, we're talking about knowing what to do and how to do those things. And if it's cleaning management, biosecurity management, which means you know how to clean and how to disinfect. So now the management I want to talk on this video is the management of medication you're going to use to your birds. And today I'm not talking about organic, because I don't promote organic. I'm a synthetic practitioner of kind of poultry that I do synthetic medicine. So what I can say is management. We are talking about the management of the chicken, the main chick. You get the chicken. What are you going to do when you start seeing your birds dying without you noticing any effect on the birds? You know, sometimes, you know, we get too busy as poultry farmers we just checking, oh, the birds look so fine, the birds are fine. Okay, but there's this other thing we don't pay particular attention most of the time: the poo-poo. You know, the droppings of the birds, they give us the signal that we always need to take action. So for me, on the previous video, everything was okay on the first day. Then on the second day, because I was out, like I explained in that video, so I noticed during the night like there was a problem. Then I tried some organic poultry, but after some times I had to go and get my synthetic medicine, which I know this one will work out for me. Organic was just an emergency use. So there's this synthetic medicine. Of course, there's the medicine I mentioned in that video, and it seems like it's out of marketing. But you know, there are some other synthetic medicine you can use. But at the moment, the synthetic medicine I can give you is the same medicine I mentioned, which is Alicel. Then there's also the synthetic medicine that I'll give you later on this same video, and it's the one that I'm using. So I still want to cover up on how we manage these birds. So The birds, of course, you see them, they are okay, they look healthy. But the fact is that these birds, you manage them they well. You gave them water with stress pack for 2 hours, they drank, they were all good. Then after 2 hours you gave them food, they were all fine, they are all fine. You know, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I know poultry farmers will face problems and they won't know what to do. But on this video, I don't want poultry farmers to face a challenge when they face these problems whereby their beds are looking fine. I've faced this challenge twice. This is the second time now. So now I'm able to know like the way I can handle this disease. And because I know how to handle early mortality in beds to end it and cut it up, at least if I can share it like the way I'm sharing it right now, others who are going to pick up their beds, at least they're going to benefit because they won't lose beds like the way I lost the beds. So this is the main reason I usually do videos. When I face a problem, then the problem is solved. So it's the second time I faced this problem, and so I have now enough information on which medicine to use. If you don't have early cell, there's another medicine you can use. So that's the reason I'm doing this video, so that others can learn, so that they don't face a problem later on. So my beds are doing fine. My beds are doing okay. You know, I always emphasize on this most of the time. Me, if I give you the type of medication you need to use, it's because I have experience on that medicine and it worked very well for me. But you find like somebody who go to the agrovet, they will advise them and tell them, even this medicine works the same thing, like they say, the medicine you need, you mix this one and this one. And most of the time I've seen like they are giving you this medication, which is, I don't know, it's trio farms, then they give you vitamin E, they tell you to mix them up. You know, I've always said it, those guys are just trying to make a sale. They don't keep chickens, they don't have experience with chickens. And you know, some, yes, they've gone to school to learn about those things, but they've not experienced them. They only know them theoretically. But us poultry farmers are the ones who knows which one works and which one doesn't work. We know better than those who just have it in theoretical way. They will just have a lot of information, but they don't have experience on that situation. So I always emphasize on that. So when you go to the agrovet, if I give you the medicine, like go and check this medicine. Of course, they will, if it's not there, the salesperson will tell you, you can buy this and this and combine, and then it will work the same way that medicine works. I always say, no, it won't work. So I've given a lot of advice to my fellow poultry farmers. This medicine is the one that will work. That one is the one that will work. Then they comment back to me on my inbox and say, when I went, they told me this one is also the same as this. Okay? There's only one particular way I can agree with. They told me this and this. If you find the contents which are in that medicine, they are also in that content. Like the supplements which are there, they are also the same. Maybe the difference may be just a little, but they are there. Then I can agree on that. But if they give you the medicine that is not even having those supplements that needs to work on that kind of a disease that you've just addressed to me, then I've given you an advice, then it won't work for you. And you know, most of the time, if you are a poultry farmer, then you do your beds starting from the beginning, then they start giving you problem when you are 4 weeks. Then you come to me, I'll give you an advice. That advice will work for you. But next time when you come to ask for advice, that's why I always emphasize, like, always get information first before you start getting into a business. So the medicine that you're supposed to use, I said it already, you know, birds will just start dying. You see them, they are healthy in the morning, in the evening you find like they've started dying. You don't know what to do. You are a newcomer. This is a video for you. And you know, this content is so important, and there are many sub content that I will still put through. So if you may consider subscribing to the channel, it might be helpful for you and it might be helpful for me, because I'll be knowing like I'm speaking to a lot of people and they're able to use the information that I'm giving to them. So the medicine, Aricel, it's the best medicine. I mentioned it in that video and I've mentioned it in this video. I think I don't know how many times I've mentioned it now. Then there's this other medicine, because Aricel is out of, like, it's not always in markets most of the time. So there's this other medicine that can work best for your chickens. Let me just show you the medicine. So the medicine is the name is Astrizo. It looks like this. It's packaged in this Astrizo. I've just typed here because it's open, so I need to type. It's Astrizo. This is the medicine. Let me just do it for the case of emphasizing so that somebody can see. So Astrizo, it's written like this. There's an A in front. as trizo. So this medicine works best for the birds when they start dying at an early stage. It will work out for you. I used first organic, then later on I went to go and buy this medicine because I'm a synthetic medicine user. I don't usually use organic stuffs, only sometimes, but not most of the time. And for me, I don't know how I can say it. You know, for others it will work. And what I've noticed is like with these broiler chickens, when you start to use organic, unless you start it from the first, like when they come in, then you use it. So as in for me, I started with stress pack, which is a synthetic medication. So I need to continue with that. But if I started with coconut milk I gave them, that's starting up with them. They are used with the organic use of medicine, then I was going to go ahead and perform well. But because I started with synthetic, so I continued, and then I went and bought this one. So use this medicine, it will work out for you. It is the best medicine that is there in the market. Since you want, if you want to find early cell, you can get this medicine. So if there's something else that I need to address and something else that I need to say, when I face a challenge, I solve it, then I give out the information. That's how I do it. I don't do it theoretically. That's why most of the time when you find me, I don't use papers when I'm speaking, because I'm speaking something that I've just experienced, and it's easy for me to do that. So guys, consider subscribing to my channel and like the video, because this content is so important to every poultry farmer that is coming into the business, or that is already in the business and then they don't have this information. And especially now, birds are dying way too much, so you need to be aware and to know which type of medicine you're going to use. So thank you guys for watching, and make sure you subscribe, because these contents are so important to you. Thank you guys. Bye bye.